And so then they were like, "Man, have you ever checked out Linkin Park?"
Right.
And I hadn't, because I was all up with the Winton thing of being a jazz purist, and
Right.
you know, I might check out me some hip hop for real, because I come from hood Camden, New Jersey, all the way, you know. But still, rock really like never checked that out. So then I started to check it out. Now this was after I really felt betrayed by the whole jazz community, including Winton,
right?
Because I was like, man, it's not like I'm asking for something that's totally outrageous. I mean, I've earned my stripes, so
right.
You know, I am an artist. I have something to say, something different to say. However, they weren't seeing it like that, and those who could have stepped up and kind of forced it down and pushed it across,
chose
like
not
how
to.
Yeah, they chose not to, or they chose to act like, you know, we don't, you know how it goes. So that's when I started taking the hip hop philosophy. See, I don't play hip hop on the keyboard,
right?
But it's inside of me at the entrepreneurial level. See, I take all that stuff. They say I walk around like I got an S on my chest.
Right.
I take all that stuff, or, you know, if they're not going to let me in, I let myself in, you know, that kind of stuff like that. See, that's all inside of me, but I don't play that. I play rock,
right.
Alternative rock mixed in with the jazz. So I call it rock jazz, because I noticed actually that there's so many beautiful things that are going inside of the music of rock. I was like, wow. So actually, I've been missing out. And even though I was lurking and hating on those guys that brought the rock into the jazz, once I started checking out what attracted them to rock, it attracted me too. However, I decided that, oh, okay, I'm going to work the game a little bit differently. Though. Because where they kind of dabble at rock as a way to avoid jazz a certain kind of way, certain parts of jazz. And so then they mix in other kind of eclectic stuff in with the jazz tunes and with the rock tunes. I exclusively play rock tunes and just work all up inside of those forms. So basically the message is, for me, one of the messages out of many is that I'm going to show respect to that form of music, the kind of respect that I notice is now being shown in my music.
Gotcha.
So I'm going to come from the outside into that world.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? With that respect, and be like, yeah, when I play Smells Like Teen Spirit, which I think I'll play next,
okay,
I'm going to rock it out.
Yeah.
I'm not going to play it like with excuses. With, well, I'm not going to really make it sound like a rock guitar, because I'm really beyond that. I'm going to deconstruct it and make it sound really intellectual and all this stuff. No, because that's the same mentality that causes jazz now to be broke.
Right.
You know, that's why jazz is so obscure and going for fundraisers and stuff like that. Because everybody got in there and started deconstructing it and questioning the origins of it and arguing that and all that kind of stuff. See, you know, you could open up a Jazz Time. You know, I'll never forget. It was like the cover of like Jazz Times with Downbeat. They had a question. Yeah, the cover was black and white. It was like an argument about the origins of jazz.
Oh man!
See, then I thought to myself, man, if I went to King Magazine or XXL or Vibe, I would never see a cover like that about questioning the origins of hip hop.
Hip hop, no.
I mean,
no.
You know, like it's so, you know what I'm saying. But in jazz, that's a real thing.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's real. Like that's how real it is.
Wow.
So for me, that's where I'm coming from. So for me, the rock jazz thing, and if you look at some of the negative criticisms that I'm getting and how I'm pissing off a lot of these certain people,
right?
It's like you'll get a feel for what I'm talking about, how they're like, well, you know, they're trying to find something to say that they can't get around the technique, so they have to go personal.
Well, we're gonna let you play, but when we come back, definitely want to talk about the whole philosophy of jazz, because I thought it was one thing, and obviously I'm finding out it's another. So we'll talk about that when we come back. So what are you gonna play for us again?
Smells Like Teen Spirit.
All right, here it is, right here on Hip Hop Connection.